It's fine. We're just going to miss that part, but it's okay. So anyway, 5 keys, not 10, 5 keys to that I see in successful people are, again, using the products, being consistent, being excited, doing self-development, which means working on your mind and believing that this is something that you can and will do. Not you hope and you wish, but you can and you will. And that you're plugged in. You get on the Zooms, you check out the trainings, you do your best to learn, you go to the meetings. And for those of you who don't live near here, if you do, great, and I hope to see you soon. I'm having a team meeting at my house on May 4th. I'd love to have you. If you don't live near us, guys, we're always Zooming people in, okay? Or make sure you're getting to an event near you. If there's always one team, one missions, which means grab a guest and go check it out, or even just go and get your cup filled up. Go and have fun and feel that energy. But those are great for guests. There's always things going on, no matter where you live, and you can find those on the It Works Office app. And if you can find, there's like a little calendar icon at the bottom. You can see a list of all the events anywhere near you. So get plugged in. That's so important.
I'm going to go back to, I think Jennifer asked a question. You were talking, and for those of you that just joined, she had just finished talking about consistency, but it was, I took some notes because it was good stuff. You were talking about consistency with posting, posting at minimum about one product each day, one business post each day, which is kind of like, talking about what this business has done for you or what it will do for you so that other people want to join. I know, Jennifer, when you joined, you said when I was doing business posts, you felt like I was talking right to you. And so that was a great compliment. I was like, good, because I actually was writing those for you. At that time. And so, you may think, oh, no one liked that post, but like people are watching and people are paying attention. And if you do have a post that's sitting out there and no one has liked it or anything, like drop a message in our team chat and just say, oh my gosh, I've got a post that's sitting dead, and we'll go on and like it. Because even though it looks like I'm on Facebook all day, I'm not scrolling through everybody's, and I try to hit on all your guys' stuff as much as I can. But Jennifer asked the question.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I'll answer. Go ahead. I'll come back.
I'm going to change topics a little bit, so if you want to talk about that.
Well, I was just going to say, let me go back to posting a little bit. Okay, so posting, I want you to know that almost 3 years in this business, the majority of my business posts or product posts, the only likes and comments I get are my teammates. Okay, so that's normal. People don't want to be called out. All right. So when somebody's interested in a product, they don't ever very, 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 very rarely comment on it or like that post. So usually I just get a message from them. Okay. So don't get hung up on likes and comments on posts, because you'll notice, I might post something about my kids or my dog and get 150 likes on it. And then an hour and a half later, I make a post about greens and it's like 3, and Christy and Lindsay and Brittany, and that's it. So totally normal. So don't get hung up on that. It doesn't matter. Okay, so as far as posting goes, the reason consistency is, hold on one second, let me do these real quick. Okay, sorry, there's some background noise. The reason that consistency is so important with posting is because this is your business. This is your business front. Okay. So I don't know why a lot of people think so differently about an online business versus a building. Like if you owned a business in a building, why people think it's so completely different, because it's not. Okay. So I want you to think about it the same. So if you opened up a business, okay, it's a brick business and you're selling clothes, let's say. If you only showed up to work 1 or 2 times a week, maybe once every couple weeks, or just maybe when there was like a sale, like a BOGO deal sale. Or if you only had your open sign out for, I don't know, an hour a day or once every couple of days, how long would it take for that business to not last any longer, right? It would get shut down pretty quickly, correct? Same thing with an online business, okay? Posting every day is our I'm open for business sign. Okay. And you have to remember, because I completely understand the mindset of I don't want to be that person on Facebook. I almost didn't join this business because of that. I didn't want to be annoying. I was afraid that I was going to bother people. So I almost didn't say yes. Okay. Thank God I got out of my own head about that. Who cares, guys? Who cares what other people think? If they love you and support you, they're going to support you, right? And if they don't, then that tells you more about them than about you. But putting it out there, doing your post every day, again, shows that you're serious about your business. But also, if you are worried about what other people are thinking of you for a while, which is normal, think about it this way. Only about 7 to 10% of the people that are seeing your posts, or of your friends list, okay, are seeing your posts. So maybe you have 100 Facebook friends. I mean, you're getting barely a handful of people that are actually seeing your post every day. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why every day you have to do it. And you guys, posting is the most simple thing that we do in this business. So it shouldn't take much time. If you're out of ideas or don't know what to post about yet, thankfully we've given you the Signing Loyal Customers page. Okay. Full of posts, full of pictures. Go use that. Totally fine. You see one of your sideline sisters, one of your uplines, anybody that makes a post. Maybe it's a before and after. You can absolutely use those pictures. Heck yes, you can. So there's so many things out there. So until you know what you're talking about, use those things. Okay.
Somebody made a comment in the chat just about like how trying not to seem fake. And I get that, because when I first started watching, I was like, I love Jessica's post, but I can't be Jessica. Or like, yeah. I was watching Trista Marshall and I was like, oh my gosh, she is such the fitness guru. I can't do that because like I have bat wings, you know, like so
and you shouldn't be.
I think what I did was I looked at the content of their posts and then I made it me. Yep. Like I have to do mine a little bit tongue in cheek, you know, because I really struggled with like, oh my gosh, I'm the old chick. I'm old and fluffy. Like who's going to buy health stuff from me? So I had to just kind of like look at the content and how the information was presented. And then I had to put like, it had to be for me. Or you're right. People would be like, nice try, Reedy.
For sure. And
so, you know, make it you.
Yeah, exactly. Be you and find out who you are. You know, who do you want to be? What's your brand? Okay. For me, you know, and this is an easy thing for you to do. This is an easy thing for you to go to your own Facebook page. Okay. And check it out. And if somebody just went through maybe your first 10 to 15 posts, let's say, okay, what would their impression of you be? Okay. So for me, people know you definitely want them to know that you're an It Works distributor, not overly in your face ridiculous. Like you don't want to be like spam mail. But, okay, this girl sells It Works. Okay, got it. If they look at mine, they know that I am at home with my kids, that my kids are my life, that I have a really funny old dog. That's kind of my brand, okay, is that I'm kind of goofy. You know, I will post my bedhead and then I'm in my robe in the drop-off line at school. And that's fine. That's me. So I'm not trying to be an Alyssa Billiou. I'm not trying to be Trista Marshall. I'm me. So maybe, you know, maybe take a minute to maybe jot down 5 things that are kind of characteristic of you. You know, what are your 5 main things in your, maybe it's a dog, maybe it's a kid, maybe it's your job. What are some 5 things that are kind of characteristic of you? And let that kind of be your game plan. You know, like if I know my 5 things are my dog, my kids, you know, just some funny stuff and it works and whatever, then that also helps me with post ideas, right? Because you don't want to just post about It Works. You want to post about your life. You want people to follow this journey, not just your It Works journey, but your life. So that kind of gives you a guideline of what you're going to post about. You know, I post about my dog every day. I post about my kids every day. Obviously I post about It Works every day. But why doing those things is so important as well. I think we just lost Christy. I think her internet quit. You want people to like I said, follow along with you and get to know you as a person, because people are going to buy you before they buy your business or buy your products. Okay. So it's important to show who the you is, and the real you. Be true to you. But also another thing that does too is maybe I'm posting something about my dog, but maybe someone's scrolling through Facebook and they see that and they're like, oh yes, I was going to contact her. I was going to order the greens from her yesterday and I totally forgot. So it's a good memory jogger too. But if you ask me what are one of the biggest things that you can do to make sure that you have a successful business with It Works, it is posting every day. I would at least try to do one business post and one product post every single day. Hang on, let me go through these things real quick and see if I answered. Okay. Any questions on posting? Okay. Whoever said they wanted the books, I will get those to you for sure. A couple off the top of my head, and I just got a new one, and I'm like, I can't. It's out in the living room. I can't remember what it is, but I love it. I'll get it for you. I love Get Over Your Damn Self. That's a great one. You Are a Badass. That's a great book. I love this one, Thinking for a Change. That's a John Maxwell book. My Miracle Morning for Network Marketers is hands down one of my favorite books. Oh, hi, you're back.
When I said country internet, I was like, I was like, where'd you guys go?
Funny.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. We're just talking about books. And like I said, I just started a brand new one that I'm really, really, really loving, and I, for the life of me, can't remember what it's called. So I'll post that. I'll post that for you later. But yes, yeah. Okay.
I was going to go back to the other question that Jennifer had asked about expanding your network, because you had talked about doing that consistently.
Okay.
And a couple things I do. I will pick someone that I'm friends with, but that I don't have, like my friends from home. I'm from a really small town and went to a really small school. So like we're all friends together. So I won't necessarily pick someone like that, but maybe a friend of mine from college that doesn't live in the same town I live in. I'll maybe go to their page and go through their friends. And if I've got mutual friends with them, I'll check first to make sure it's not another It Works person. But then if I have a couple of mutual friends, then I definitely send friend requests to them. And really only a handful of times have people been like, do I know you? And typically if I just message back, oh, we have a couple of friends in common, they're like, oh, great. And I really don't ever get pushback. The other thing I would say, so I do that a lot. On Instagram, that really has for me is I go to like a hashtag of something that I follow, like hashtag Magnolia Market. I love like everything Chip and JoJo. For those of us that are teachers on here, someone at the boot camp in the Diamonds and Above dinner afterwards, remember the girl that was talking, that was the teacher in Kentucky? She had this great idea on Instagram. She went to hashtag Kentucky teachers, or like the area teachers that are striking. Like she went through and like followed all of them, because she's talking about how she's a teacher and about how she's making this great income with It Works. And so now she's got all these followers that are teachers. So choose things that you're interested in. I'm not going to go to a scuba diving, hashtag or something, because I'm scared to death of the ocean. So I'm not really going to blend with those people, but go to something that you're interested in and just follow everyone. And, sometimes I'll see a post that's like a product or something that I love, or like from a blog or something. And so it has 2,000 likes on it. I'm no joke. I'll go in and follow every single person that liked it. And, we can talk about it to get rid of the people who don't follow you back, because you don't want to look like you're following 80,000 people and you only have 400 followers.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that. But that's really all I do. And as far as Instagram goes, probably in October, I had 200 followers, and now I'm almost up to 1,000. because I've been doing that strategy, and the latest people that I've been signing, whether it's distributor, like, or loyal customers, have been off of Instagram through Instagram polls and things like that. So, I would really encourage you, because, like, everybody's seen your stuff 8,000 times unless you're bringing new eyes into it. So,
And I will say too, like, if you're getting started and you are, adding to both Instagram and Facebook is too much for you right now, focus on what is working for you. I would say my business goes 90% from Facebook, 10% from Instagram. So I pour more heavily into Facebook because of that, but I still make sure that I just copy and paste my posts over to Instagram. The stories are easy to do. But if you are really, really, really good at one or the other, focus mainly on that. That's okay. You don't have to split your time 50-50. But like Christy was saying, kind of slowly growing, whichever one isn't necessarily your most active is a great idea, because again, more eyes on your posts and kind of following you along is never a bad thing. And I add just like she does. I do the same thing. Like when I first got started, I added like a bunch of my mom's friends, and I got tons of my mom's friends as customers. I would add like my cousin's friends, people that I knew were probably not going to ever do this business with me. I would add their friends. I was going to say something. Oh, and I always, always, always tag my husband on my post, because again, he has a lot of friends that I don't have. So then all of his friends are going to be able to see my post too. So if you have, sometimes I'll even tag my mom. So if you have like a sister or a mom or a significant other that doesn't mind if you tag them on some of your posts, that's going to get you seen in a whole nother friends group as well. And that's super helpful too.
And I will say at first, I watched Jessica for probably, 6 months or so. And I was so proud of her. I didn't really know Jessica. I was friends with her husband, but I would be like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome for her, but I could never do that. But I didn't, I didn't unfollow her, or I didn't unfriend her or anything like that. And so here's what I know. I find
you never would have seen my posts. You never would have seen my posts.
No, I wouldn't.
Had I not have been tagging Andy on them.
Right. And so number one, I would say you just have to get over it, because they're not paying your bills. That's the number one thing when you talk about mindset. Number two, I have a ton of friends that sell things, Monet or what have you. They sell all kinds of stuff. When I don't want to see their business posts, I just keep scrolling. I don't want to unfriend them. I don't want to shun them from my life. And people will feel the same about you. If they don't want to see your It Works post, they'll keep scrolling. And like Jessica said, it's about putting stuff out there that makes them stop the scroll. If you're staying positive, if you're putting positive energy out there, people will pay attention. Yep. So don't worry about that. Overwhelmingly, because I worried about that in the beginning, people would say to me, I'm so proud of you. Good job, atta girl. I was walking at a high school football game carrying nachos, and people were yelling from the stands. I didn't even know. I'm going, you got your fat fighters, girl. And I was like, you know it. And so, in that moment, I could have been like, oh my gosh. But I was like, damn straight, I got my fat fighters. You want some? Yep. So, you just have to let it roll, and people are doing it in good fun. So people will scroll if they don't want to see it. And if they unfriend you, then they're just jelly.
That's exactly right. And it's so funny because I think if you have fun with it and you're just real and you and truly, you're using the products and you're believing in what you do, people are going to support that. Overwhelmingly, people will support that. And it's so funny though, because I was saying this the other day at boot camp, but now almost 3 years into this business, even the people who are like, what are you doing? Oh my God, what are you doing? We're not on board or totally didn't get what I'm doing. At this point, a lot of them are on my team or are a customer, or they're at least supportive and are like my biggest cheerleader, because what I've shown them is that I'm not going anywhere. I love this stuff, and they're now seeing what it's doing in my life. And that's something they're like, okay, I get it. I get it. So you got to remember though, part of our job is showing people, for so many years, and thankfully now, businesses, direct sales and multi-level marketing companies now are finally getting out of that bad stigma. For years, we grew up in the era where it was like, that must be a scheme, that, that nobody can really make money in something like that. So I think finally we're turning the page. And I think honestly, it works. It really has opened people's eyes to that, because we are creating legacies for our kids, and we're doing amazing things with this company. So I think part of our job is showing people that, and not, the minute that you stop posting or you quit or whatever, you're giving power to that doesn't work, thing. So part of our job is just showing people that, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I love this stuff, and this is what it's going to do with my life, and I can't wait for it to happen.
I actually had a girl sign as a loyal customer. It wasn't too long ago, and I'm not kidding you. She said, she called me out of nowhere. I used to teach with her, and she said, because I joined March 7th last year. She called me, like, I don't know, it was like March 12th or something. And she said, I put a calendar notification in after you started doing that. And I told myself, if you were still doing it consistently, and if you were still excited about it, that I would join as an LC. I was like, shut up. No way. She goes, nope. And my notification just went off yesterday. So I'm calling you. And she buys like $180 worth of products a month. And I can't tell you, I mean, Stephanie Bradford, my newest distributor, who just signed, she and I went to high school together, and I talked to her a year ago, and she just joined now. And that was part of what she said. I've been watching you for a year, and then it just became time to join. And so, we talk about planting seeds. Every post is a seed planted. Every message is a seed planted, because you would be surprised how many people have also said to me when I message, I was hoping you would reach out to me. And I'm like, really? Oh my gosh, like, reach out to me.
Yeah.
So, you just can't take no personally, and you just it's that whole growth mindset. Think about not yet. They're just not ready yet.
That's 100% true. 100%.
I know we've got some teammates on here that are wanting to just get things going again, kind of restarting, which is very similar to probably starting out to begin with. So what advice would you give, or what do you think people should do who have been in it and maybe took a little break, or life got in the way for a little bit? What would you tell them to get restarted? Where do you start? Because it's kind of like starting over.
Okay, so you guys know who Kami Pentecost is, right? She was at the boot camp. She's their head of regional development or whatever. She's also the CEO's daughter. Do you know
my current girl crush?
You know that she quit It Works 3 times? 3 times as the CEO's daughter. Okay, she quit because she was a busy teacher, she was a busy mom, and she stopped. But the most important part of that is that she restarted. And not only did she restart, but look at her now. Okay, she was our very first Black Diamond. And you guys, like, we know that life happens. It happens to everybody. Okay, so the point is that you just do it again. And what I will say is that don't overcomplicate it. You just start again. You don't have to give this big drawn out explanation of where you were. Okay, you can, if you feel like you need to make a post like, you know what, life got crazy, and maybe talk about that a little bit. Be personal and be real. I tell people all the time, people want to know the real you. So maybe you do a video, or maybe you make a post about, this is what's been going on. But you know what I realized is that this is the company for me. This is what I want. My family's worth it. This is what I'm working towards. And I'm so excited to jump back in. Thank you so much for my It Works family for, welcoming me back with open arms. I can't wait for this. Maybe you do that. But maybe if that's not what you want to do, just start again. And when you start again, really start. I would plant both feet and just have at it. Make sure you're being consistent. Make sure you're doing what it takes to grow your business. And give it everything that you have. And I will tell you, though, that some of the most successful people that I know in this business are ones that had to step away for a little while. But when they came back with a vengeance. And they are some of our top leaders in this entire company. So because life happened, or maybe because you had to walk away for a little while, doesn't mean that you can't be unbelievably successful. Okay, so just start and be consistent with it. Act like it's your first day. Get super excited. Pour yourself into the trainings. Get on and get familiar with your website again. Just get excited again, guys. Because again, if you're not excited, you don't truly grasp what you have your hands on. I want you to compensation plan.
Sorry.
I want you to, go get on the training videos on your website. Think about the products that we have and read the success stories. Get yourself excited and when you truly feel and know what you have your hands on, that excitement's not going to end. You're not going to have to remotivate yourself every day when you wake up because you're going to know what you have. Just commit, commit and just do it. Commit and jump in and just don't stop. And you guys, I really, really, really love that Tammy has been talking so much about the power of one. How often, I am somebody that I truly make it a mission every month to complete my steps to success. I really do. Many months I do. Some months I don't. But what I love is for the people getting started or for people that maybe are having a slower month, really, really focusing on that power of one. I've posted her video from conference about that in Boss Babes. If you haven't watched it, watch it because it will blow your mind. So just focus on, what if I talk to one person today? What if I sign one distributor this month? What if I focus on one loyal customer a week or one, break it down to the power of one person coming into your business and what that can do for you. Okay. Because it's mind blowing. If you consistently bring in one person, no matter what the time frame is you give yourself, your business is going to continue to grow. So getting started, I think that's something very, I think getting started, sometimes the steps to success can be a little intimidating. Mm-hmm. Focus on that one. Focus on, I'm going to do it one at a time. I'm going to bring in one loyal customer and then I'm going to bring in one distributor and I'm going to do it one at a time because that makes it much more simple and feasible. But yeah,
we have more times to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Like it's a big deal to bring in the distributor, and it's a big deal to bring in a customer.
How exciting is it to get that email that you just signed a new loyal customer? I still get so stinking excited about that. And make sure that's something, again, like make sure you're posting about that. Every single time you sign a loyal customer or a distributor, you should post about it. Okay? Because again, it's showing that you're growing your business and you're taking it seriously. And for the people that are watching you, and there's a lot of people watching you, you're not you're not going to know that. Okay. But you always have people watching you, even when you don't think that they are. And when you're showing that you're continuing to grow your business, it's like, oh my gosh, they're doing it. Why am I not doing it? Oh my gosh, she just got another customer. That girl just joined her team. Maybe I should join her team. That's what you're putting out there. Okay.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say about that, I think it's really easy because this is an internet-based business and we do work from our phones, which is awesome. So that when I'm, wherever, that I have a few minutes in a parking lot waiting for the kids to get out of practice. But the downside is if you don't actively work at staying connected to your team, it feels very lonely and it's easy to give up. And so I'm going to do a better job of coming up with things for us to do to get together, even just for fun, not even having to do with it works. But if we want to go have a girls' movie night or, go out to eat or get a pizza or come to my house and watch a movie together or do whatever. I like movies. It's the only thing I can come up with right now. But I just feel like, even just sometimes I know if you're like me, those team chats, like I'll get on, I'll be like, oh my God, there were 80 messages while I was in school today. And so it's a little bit overwhelming, but just try to stay plugged in and, let us be your support system because that whole sense of camaraderie and that whole sense of team is so important to me. Like I need that. That's one of the things I love about this business most. And I love when I see other people signing customers and I get excited for them, but it also lights a fire in me because I want to do that too. Mm-hmm. So, let's stay connected and we can talk at the end about what that looks like and what we need from each other. And if we want to do, one Zoom a week or one Zoom a month or whatever works, because I know we're all busy working mamas, but I think that part is super important too. And I feel like I'm letting you guys down and letting Jessica down and not that anybody thinks like that, but I want to be good. I want to be a good teammate to you guys, and I want to make you guys proud too. So I think that's a lot of holding each other accountable, just because, you know, if I start slipping, somebody reaches out and says, hey, you okay? What's going on? I haven't seen you post. So I think that part's important too. You guys, our team matters to me.
And let me say, like you have a great resource here with Christy as your team leader. I mean, this girl has so much heart and fire in her. Like, she's one of my favorite people in the entire world. But she also, like, she is somebody that came into this business and just freaking went berserk. Like, not knowing anything, but she blew up. So she has a lot of knowledge. So make sure, I mean, use her as a resource, because she's one of the best that we have. So you're very, very fortunate to have her. But part of, I think as leaders, sometimes it's hard because everybody learns at a different pace and everybody needs different things. So don't ever hesitate to be like, hey, Christy, I'm struggling this week. You know, I need someone, I need this, or I need that, or can you give me some advice here? Because there are people on our team that are self-starters and just want to be left alone to do their own thing. And there are people that like to be checked in with and like to be given tasks or whatever. So I encourage you to tell Christy, you know, how do you learn and how best do you need to stay on track? You know, are you somebody that needs an accountability partner? Are you somebody that needs some ideas of some tasks to do daily? Are you somebody that just is like, hey, I've got this, just I'll let you know when I need you kind of thing? All of those things are fine, but I encourage you to let her know that, because sometimes it's weird. It's a weird juggling thing because you have so many people that want different things and learn in different ways. So don't slip under the cracks. You know, just let her know what you need from her, and I know that she'll do that for you.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm bossy. And so I struggle. I don't want people to think that I'm being bossy, because I have the bossy gene.
You're a teacher.
I know. And so that's why I became a teacher, so I could boss people around all day. And so sometimes I have a hard time shutting that off. So I never want to come across as bossy. I just always want the best for you. And I will always be completely honest with what will be best for your business, and the best path, you know, from my experience. So I got your best interests at heart, I promise. Is there anything, Jessica, that you wish that you would have started doing earlier when you started? Because you kind of zoomed pretty quickly too. For me, there was so much that I didn't know, and I didn't even know that I didn't know it. And so sometimes it was like I was having to backtrack a little bit, but I don't think I could have done it differently. So for me, I wish I could have been a better leader, because I was kind of growing alongside of my team instead of being kind of ahead to pave the path. But I feel like I'm in a place now where I have learned so much. Part of getting the diamond is this whole new world of professional development and opportunities opens up. And I want that so badly for all of you, because I have grown so much as a person since that time. What would you say for you?
I think for me, couple things. I think part of I wouldn't do this differently. One of the things I think worked to my advantage was, again, the ignorance on fire. Was just like, even though I was feeling self-conscious, even though I was worried about what people were going to say or think, I was like, I'm just doing it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to press it. I'm going to press post. Or, you know, I knew that I felt uncomfortable, but I knew it was for a reason, and I knew that it would not last for long. So, get outside your comfort zone. You guys, nothing good happens in your comfort zone. So, you know, putting maybe a post out there, maybe a very personal post about what's going on in your life. Maybe it's, you know, doing a party, or, you know, just something that you're like, oh, I don't know about this, but you know darn well you need to do it because it's going to help your business grow. Get outside your comfort zone. I think, you know, like I was saying earlier, I wish that I would have started adding to my network a lot earlier. From a small town, I had 200 Facebook friends. I had no Instagram, and I worked my warm market for far too long. So I wish that I would have started adding people to my network a lot quicker, because I did go through a point where I was like, I can't find anybody. I've talked to everybody that I know. You know, I was one of those people. But you guys, even if you're adding just a couple of people a day, you are never going to run out of somebody to talk to about this business or about or about the products ever. Okay. You got to remember we're in 21 countries. And with social media, you're open to billions and billions of people in the entire world. So don't ever get in your mind that you are running out of people to talk to, because it's impossible if you're adding to your network. Another thing that has been a game changer for me is printing out my Facebook friends list. If you and Christy can give you that, but the instructions to do that are actually in the Boss Babes page. But for a long time, I was like, because Facebook only shows you the same people over and over again, pretty much. So I would get to a point where I'd be like, I don't, like, what the heck? I've gone through all these people. Printed out my Facebook friends list. It shows you the date you became friends with them. Okay, so I put them in like oldest to most recent. And then it was like, oh my gosh, like I have a huge network of people that I'm not interacting with at all. And they probably, if I'm not seeing their posts, they are not seeing my posts. So then it was like a list of people that I could make sure that I went to their page, interact on some posts, you know, maybe comment on some, like some, so that, you know, the more you interact on other people's posts, the more they see yours. So if you have some people that you're like, I need that person on my team so bad, make sure you're interacting on their page so that they see yours. Okay. But also with the Facebook friends list too, gives me an idea of people to talk to about products or hosting a post. You know, Christy is the queen of host a post, and you guys, it is the quickest way to grow your business. It's the quickest way to get loyal customers. It's amazing. Okay. And it helps you tap into other people's markets without even doing it. Okay. It's so simple and so awesome. So make sure you're doing that. But again, going through and like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to star her because I want to start interacting with her posts because I think she'd be really good at this business. But anyway, if you're somebody like me who loves like lists or just a cut and dry, I'm going to follow up with these 10 people, or I'm going to, you know, whatever, print out that list and then go through your list. You guys, it will change your business. I'm telling you, it will change your business. So I wish I would have done that a lot sooner. Like it took me probably 6 months after people started talking about doing that I was like, all right, maybe I should get around to doing that. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. So utilize that. Oh my gosh, that's so helpful. And it makes life so much easier, so much easier. So adding to your network, use your Facebook friends list. Just try to step outside your comfort zone a little bit, you know, try to, you know, make the post or do the party or do the video, even though you don't want to. You guys, videos are amazing. And honestly, even if you have to, and you might be surprised to know that every single time I do a live video, I make myself notes because I get nervous. I still to this day get nervous I was nervous to do the Zoom tonight. I was nervous to get on when I go live on a video. I'm nervous about it. So I make myself a couple notes. Who cares? But at least I know what I want to cover so that when I get all flustered, I'm not going to be like, okay, never mind. I forgot what I was going to say because that would happen. But
hey, at least you don't have fifth graders that critique your videos the next day. Every time I do a live video, I come back in and they're like, your husband, he needs some work. Like he looked bored, or like, what did you do to your hair when you got home? So nice. I've got about 90 10-year-old critics that like to pick me apart.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean, just get out there. And again, with videos, the great thing about videos is, again, it gets something that some people to stop their scroll and be like, what's she got to say today? And the more you do them, the more comfortable you get with them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
I would, so I know we're getting close on time and I want to honor everyone's time. So what I'll probably do is in our group chat, I'll send out some questions and you can respond to me like in the group, or if you want to respond to me personally, but I definitely want to know a couple of things, what your goals are. Like, are you wanting just to earn enough money for your products? Are you wanting to earn a couple $100 extra a month? Are you wanting to take over the world? Like, what is it that you really want? Because that helps me know how to help you best, especially with my bossy gene. You know, if you're wanting to earn enough just for your product and I'm trying to make you rule the world, you may get annoyed with me. So,
Well, two, let me say something about that too, is um, you are not going to get very far in this business if you don't have specific goals. So if you are somebody that you're like, I just want some extra money, just anything's fine. Okay. That's not going to keep you motivated. Okay. What are you specifically wanting? So I always tell people, like, write down, like, I want to pay cash for this car and this is how much it's going to cost. I want to pay off this student loan and this is exactly how much it costs. I want to do this and this is, so put a dollar amount to those things. Okay. Because you need to know exactly what you're working towards, or it's easy to lose that motivation. So make yourself a goal sheet or a dream board so you can look at that and know what you're working for, but put a monetary amount for those things, because again, it's going to help you stay focused. Because if you don't have specific goals, you're going to give up. Okay. And I have to reevaluate that all the time. If I check something off or pay off, or when I would pay, my initial goal was to pay off our credit card debt and our student loans. So then when I did that, it was like, okay, now what? So I could have been like, well, I already hit my goal, so I don't know, I guess whatever. I would have been done, right? So you have to keep thinking of what's next, what's next, what's next. So
you know what? I did that because Hawaii was my goal, and then after I got that, I kind of went through like,
now what?
Now what? And so then it became, I want to retire from teaching. Yep. And so that became my goal. And that's kind of part of what lit my fire again. So, you know, it's good to have like smaller measurable goals too. And it's good to have one that's out there as well. So yeah, I want to know what your goal is, kind of what your end game is, what you need from me to get you there. And then there was one other thing. Oh, I want to know also, like, how we can connect as a team more. Is it a weekly Zoom? Is it, because I know we have some people in New York State, right, Nikki? So, so we may not be able to get together for a girls' night. Although I'm not kidding, I am road tripping. I have frequent flyer miles, and I'm going to show up at your house, and you're going to be like, let's go back to Zooming. But I want to think of ways that we can get together and what you guys feel comfortable with, because I really think like our team is blowing up right now.
Yeah, it really is.
And we have a lot of people that work at night, and so I know there were people that wanted to be on that couldn't be on tonight, but it's not because they're any less committed than we are. So I really think we're a team to watch. I'm not bragging, but I think we're pretty awesome, and I think we have a lot of people that are fresh in and that are hungry, and people that have been in for a while that are hungry again. So I'm super excited, and I want to support everybody the best way that I can. So
I'm proud of you guys.
Any questions before we get off, guys? Other than who my internet provider is, because you're looking for new. God, it's so bad.
Oh, you're so funny.
I love you guys. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be a big summer.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you, Jessica, for getting on with us.
You are so welcome. Anytime. Keep going, guys. I'm so super proud of you. And we're going into summer, which is busy, and I know life can get crazy, but you know that the effort that you put in the summer is kind of the momentum that you need to carry into, like, you know, those slower winter months. So just remember, you know, you want to kick it into high gear over these summer months, because that's gonna be key for your business. So keep going.
All right, guys. Have a great day tomorrow, and we'll be in touch.